Let's move on, Dave. The next thing we're talking about, football news. We had just talked about the Texans, Dave, yesterday. There is more news today. There is more tweets breaking, as our good boy Jake shared this in Twitch chat. Happened about maybe less than 20 minutes ago. Ian Rappaport tweeted out, Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson is extremely unhappy with the organization after owner Cal McNair informed him he would be involved in the GM and coach hiring process and provide feedback, but then did neither in the hire of GM Nick Caserio, sources say. This is following reports, Dave, that Pro Football Talk put out a tweet today that it is more than likely that Deshaun Watson will ask the Houston Texans for a trade. Dave, the question now grows easier, but I will still ask it to you. Should Deshaun Watson ask for a trade, or, in my mind, demand a trade out of trash-ass Houston? Trash-ass Houston.
This is a fun one. Mostly because I don't think there's a wrong answer. I think that he's such a likable guy, and he's done a lot for the community already. Like, he's already a very positive on the team. He's a positive in the area. I think he's just a well-liked player, and he's a star on the field. So if he demands a trade, I don't think there's any harsh feelings. I think everyone understands the circumstances that the Texans are going through right now, and everything they've had to deal with in the front office, and their lack of future capital, their issues, obviously, trying to restock this roster, reload around him. No one would blame him for demanding a way out and refusing to play for them again. But at the same time, they did just get a new guy up top in charge in the GM position, who I think deserves a little time to maybe have some conversations, feel things out, figure things out with Deshaun, and try to see, like, hey, like, the root problem, why do you want out? Is it because Bill O'Brien was a stooge? Well, great, that guy's gone. He got rid of your best wide receiver. Yeah, we know he did. We're going to do something to try to get you a new one. Like, can they come to an agreement or a plan? Can they work together to lay out a plan to keep Watson in Houston? Or is it not salvageable at all? Yeah. Is it a situation where, like, Deshaun's like, fuck this place. I'm not going to give you shit. I'm not going to work with you on this. I want out as soon as possible. Here's the crazy thing. Would he go as far as giving a list of teams? Because that would neuter the new GM. That would turn what could be 4 first-round picks. Because I think that's what we're talking value-wise for Deshaun Watson, right? 4 first-round picks.
Well, I'll put it this way, too. Jake, I'm sorry to burst your bubble. Like, take the pin and go to your bubble. But he's not going to the Saints.
Probably not.
You want to know why? Saints have too low of a draft pick. Like, if it's me and I'm trading Deshaun Watson, which first thing I want to touch on is you hit a good point. Nick Caserio could go to Deshaun Watson and go, dude, I know you're upset with the owner, but I'm not the owner. What he did was wrong. I was like, don't punish me. I didn't know what was said behind closed doors. Exactly. I want to make this work. I'm the GM of this team. Can we build a relationship here? Fuck the owner situation. Or is Deshaun, and I think rightfully so, if it's like, hey, we're going to include you. You're part of our team. You're the leader of this team. And then the owner goes ahead and does this without even asking what he thinks. If I'm Deshaun, I'm going, well, fuck me, right? Like, I thought that I was the leader of this team. I thought that I was included in this team. Like, he already feels like the culture of the team sucks. Well, now it's just like, well, does it suck because the owner sucks, kind of a thing. If I'm the Texans, they're like, if Deshaun Watson requests a trade, which I think if he feels like he doesn't want to play for Houston, request a trade. That's the if, ands, or buts. If you don't want to play where you're at, request the trade. Because why should you fucking sit back and be like, I'm going to play somewhere I don't want to play, basically.
He did just sign a contract for many years.
He did, but yet again,
that contract is for him to play in Houston.
Things change. Things change. Houston also gave him that money. Also, I would, if I'm Caserio and I have to make a trade, the reason why I don't think he's going to the Saints is Atlanta would be on call. So basically, Atlanta would be on call. The Lions would be on call. I would even throw one out to Carolina, and basically Carolina, Denver, and Dallas, because all 3 of those have been teams that people are like, should they replace their quarterbacks? I think that Carolina, Denver and even Jerry Jones would replace Teddy, Drew, and Dak. The last one basically being because of Jerry, not because of what they should do.
Right.
Fuck it. Even the 49ers at 12. And like,
what about the Dolphins even?
Get their own pick back. Get the 3rd overall pick back. If I'm the Dolphins, though, I would basically be like,
I want Tua, I want 3, and I want 2 more picks.
If I'm the Dolphins, I'm like, you can get Tua in the what? Tua in the 18th. I'd be like, nope, that 3 is mine.
Not good enough.
Can I throw out one even spicier?
Yeah.
Even spicier. And yet again, I don't know how Houston would feel about this. Call up good old Atlanta. I want the 4th, and I want Julio Jones. Julio and your quarterback of the future. So like even of Wilson, a Fields, I want both of them.
Whoever's
I want
there.
Julio and the 4th. You get Deshaun Watson. Now the thing with Atlanta that was talked about today on the Pat McAfee show, Dave, is in order for the Falcons to trade Matt Ryan, because Arthur Blank came out again and said that whenever the new GM comes in, they have full control to trade either one. He's not going to stop them. Which when I told you, you were like, yeah, wasn't that always the case?
He already said the new GM will have full control of the team to move whatever he needs to move. And we're like, cool, that means he could move Matt Ryan, Julio Jones. And now it's like, just to clarify, asterisk for everybody who wasn't paying attention, I did say you can move Matt Ryan.
Maybe Arthur Blank forgot he said it.
For those who weren't listening, for those playing at home.
The question that was proposed, though, is if Atlanta is going to move Matt Ryan, will they have to link Julio Jones to it? To basically be like, yeah, I know you're getting Matt Ryan, but hey, look, you're getting Julio Jones too. Yeah, you're getting that contract, but you're getting Julio also. Like,
I don't think so. I think they can be moved separately. I don't think they're necessarily a package deal, but it would be weird for them to trade Julio Jones for Deshaun Watson and then be stuck with Deshaun Watson and Matt Ryan still at the same time. Like they'd have to have an out for Matt Ryan also.
Yeah,
seemingly.
I mean, or fuck, do we actually see Casario work with his old team in New England?
What I was gonna say. Like, is
Deshaun Watson
obvious?
To the Patriots?
Is it just too obvious staring us in the face that like
Maybe.
you could just easily, where are your connections? Right back home where you were. I don't know. I don't know if he'd want to play there.
Yeah. Do the Bears? Hey, if I'm let's say let's say Ryan Pace still has the job. If I'm Ryan Pace, I call him up. I go, dude, I need to fucking fix this. As a Bears fan, would you be happy if Deshaun Watson came to Chicago? Obviously, yes, but like...
As a Bears fan, Deshaun Watson would probably get hurt out the gates, game 1.
Well, that field late in the year, Dave, got all those divots in it.
I swear to God, we intentionally take the worst care of our field. Like, it's a secret. It's a secret to the fucking NFL that we just intentionally have a shit field because... Why not? We got nobody who can move on our offense anyway. No, I do. Look, Deshaun Watson would be great for a lot of teams. I think the Bears' luck would run out, and he'd get broke real quick. We need offensive linemen. He'd be running for his life just as bad as he was last year.
Yeah,
like that doesn't change. Allen Robinson wouldn't stay, so he'd still not have a number 1 wide receiver. So that's not good for him.
And the Bears would have to give up their 20th overall pick, which says goodbye to having a first-round wide receiver. So, like...
a lot of problems.
And, like...
I think there are a couple teams who make the most, all these teams you're saying need a better quarterback. Yes. Yeah. But what teams make the most sense for Deshaun Watson if he wants to compete truly? The 49ers make the most sense.
The Patriots.
I don't know. The Patriots would be interesting, but I think after the struggles of what Cam Newton did, you have to ask yourself, how much is Cam? How much is his lack of weapons? Because they never addressed the wide receiver position or the pass catcher position for New England.
Do you think that Atlanta, because of what we saw, were two things? First, post Dan Quinn firing, they won a lot more games. They were basically 0-5, so maybe their record is not as bad as 4-12 realistically. Right. Plus, Matt Ryan did play better later, so like... Yeah, I'm trying to think what the 49ers might be your only one. Maybe like if Jerry Jones really hates Dak that much, I would totally, if I'm Casario, go, hey, we'll give you Deshaun. He's under contract. You don't have to pay him. We'll take Dak. Like,
what about the Washington football team?
They're another one too. Like, yet again, though,
Their
like,
team.
Is Alex Smith included in that deal because Washington wouldn't need him anymore?
I mean,
He's got 2 years on his contract left. Would Houston want him?
It doesn't even matter to me. Like, that's a whatever. Like, Alex Smith is a wonderful person, amazing human, great football story. But if I have the chance to get Deshaun Watson, I will throw him out in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it would, like, and that's the thing where
they've got a defense that's ready to win now. He's a smart quarterback. He's a safer quarterback.
Yeah.
He is so good, but you got to admit that Deshaun Watson with that team could fight with anybody in the NFL. Like that combination of him on that team with, oh God, I've already forgotten his name. Who's the number one wide receiver who you just respected?
Scary Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, Terry McLaurin out there. That would be a disgusting combo. That would be an absolutely disgusting combo. And they got a great tight end too. I don't want to imagine him if he had to go play for the Texans with their awful offensive line.
That leg would be gone
for anyone. No, I think it's more so picks friendly at that point. But yeah,
I got 2 points. One is realistic. One is for the memes, but there's a crazy chance it could happen. The first one is I see teams like Washington, Chicago, Indy, and then New Orleans. Those are teams out of that are in the playoffs.
Yep.
That would need him.
I agree.
I feel like the only one of those 3 or 4 teams I would trade with if I'm the Texans is the Bears, because out of all 4 of them, the Bears are the only one that I feel like even with Deshaun Watson, I can get a high pick in return if I get a future from them. Where yet again, even maybe Washington too, because they were only a 7-9 team this year. But with Deshaun Watson, are they legitimately a playoff team? The other 2, like Indy and New Orleans, I'm getting a late pick this year. If I get a futures out of it, they're just going to be late first-round picks anyways. Do I want higher picks? The one that would be crazy, Dave, and this is for the memes. What if the Packers are like, fuck Aaron Rodgers, he's done. We're bringing in Deshaun Watson. What if they pulled the trigger if Aaron Rodgers didn't win a Super Bowl and they were like, nope, Aaron, you're done. Go to Houston to rot away. We're bringing in Deshaun Watson. Would Houston say no? No, I don't think they would.
That would be the worst treatment of a quarterback since Brett Favre got forced to play for the Jets.
Same franchise. Same franchise. They drafted Jordan Love.
That is, Ricky, that's horrific to think about. That is levels of spite that I don't think exist even from my standpoint. Maybe it's just because I love Aaron Rodgers now because his
Pat McAfee show
on the Pat McAfee show. But that man's about to go to another NFC championship, perhaps a Super Bowl. I think it's very tough to imagine them moving on from him, even at his age. For Deshaun Watson, he's literally the MVP of the league this year, and you're saying you're going to trade Aaron Rodgers and multiple first-round picks.
I wouldn't, Dave, but would the Packers?
Thank you for clarifying.
It's more of like a Dallas thing of I wouldn't do it, but I know Jerry Jones would do it. I agree with Eric though. The Niners should do it.
The Niners makes the best situation.
I would take Deshaun Watson over both Matthew Stafford, Carson Wentz, and Matt Ryan.
100%.
Because those are the 3 quarterbacks. If you're the Niners, those are the ones you're trading for. Otherwise, you're bringing Jimmy G back, or you're going to get a Cam Newton. That's it.
Yep.
Some people have even said with the Niners is Matt Ryan the obvious choice because Kyle Shanahan had his best year with Matt Ryan, but yet again. You're taking on that contract. You're going to have guys in the 49ers that you're going to have to pay if you want to keep them.
Yeah.
That might be a debacle. But yeah, that we'll see. We'll see first, even if Deshaun Watson requests a trade. I think he's a good guy, so he doesn't want to. But at the end, he might have to.
Thought about it. Yeah.